But you know what? I was just even.
Hi, everybody. This is Bonnie from the A&B Ranch, and we're here. I'm here in the barn, and I want to talk a little bit about volunteers. I've seen some of you say, you wish you could have some volunteers, those who are doing therapy work. And it's just wonderful to have volunteers because they do lift the load up for you. I would never be able to do all that I do here if I didn't have volunteers because there's just no way I could do it. So what would happen if I didn't have volunteers? I'd have to cut, almost way more than half down in order to keep up what I'm doing. And then, so that I could do go into the facilities and things. But I can do so much more with that, with volunteers that take up, they clean up the shelter in my barn. They do a lot of grooming. They do some pet therapy for me that I have in my programs, and so that's some of the things that you would learn as a student if you come on my 12-week program, or if you come in for my private lessons or my workshops that I'm going to be doing here in 2019. I have what I call my pet therapy program that I do with my horses, continually. It's just kind of a thing that I do all the time, and it has been so successful and so simple to do. So this is one of those things you can learn in my workshops. But for volunteers, I say, hey, get them. And how do you get those volunteers? Well, I personally started in my church. I did a little program with promotion in my church and got about 2 people that signed up and stayed with me for about a year or 2. And then I got another one. It was just like one at a time. And pretty soon I had a handful, like 5 people that were coming. But once I got into the magazine and people started to hear about the miniature therapy program, I got into a short little local magazine. Didn't think it would really do anything, and boom, last year I got 12 that came in. 7 people that actually stayed here, but 12 that responded to that magazine. So you just take those little steps. One person can make a big difference to help you in your place. And I'd like you to meet one of my volunteers that started with me last year, and she's just been awesome. Her and her husband both have been a part of my program in 2018, and it's Beth, who you're going to meet here today, and then she, and her husband comes out to help me as well. And they've been so faithful in coming. They usually always came on Sundays, every Sunday coming, and that's another thing. You want those faithful ones that'll come, so you don't have to scramble around. But even if that does happen to you, take a deep breath. You just back off a little bit. Don't get yourself overstressed. That's the main thing. So I want you to meet Beth. So this is Beth.
Hello.
Say, Beth, so tell me how you decided to come here.
We were just talking about that, and I don't really know how I ended up here because I just felt that God was calling me to give back in some way. We dealt with a lot of really serious health issues last year. So, and then I felt the more I came out here, the more it helped. For example, on my drive out here today, I could feel myself as I got closer out in the country to the barn. The stress was leaving me. I was feeling more relaxed. I love it out here. It is just a time for us and the horses. Usually we groom them and we clean up after them and we sweep the barn. So it's a time for us when we can come out here and let the rest of the world just go away. We relax and we enjoy our time with the animals. We absolutely love it out here. And I would encourage anybody who is looking for a place to volunteer, come on out. It is a great way to relieve some stress, and the animals are just absolutely adorable.
Well, see, there you did. You heard it from Beth. And it is. I mean, that's what I hear from a lot of the volunteers that come in here. We kind of started knitting each other this last year. I had a little more time to work with my volunteers as well, which I'm going to have some more time and setting more things aside to help them, educate them more and more so they can do more different things for me. And they like doing it. I don't push anything on them that they don't want to do, other than pick up poop.
And I don't even mind doing that.
So if you're interested, if you live kind of close around me, around Pine Island, you're interested in joining up with us, as volunteers, I usually start the end of April through October. Here is January, and it's 30 out. And the reason why I don't really do in the winter in Minnesota because it's really cold. But today I got behind time, and I called Beth. And I said, "Do you have any time to come over and help groom?" She said, "Sure, I'll be right over." So hey, what can I say? They're great. So if you're interested in that, just hit www.abranch.net and look in my site and email me, and I'll send you an application form. So that's it. Have a great day, and may God bless you.